Hey everybody, let me check my audio because it was tripping. Can you guys hear me? You could put a one in the chat. Hey, my honey bunnies, I missed y'all. Hey, Royalty Queen. I was getting ready to ask you when you are coming live again. Oh, thank you, Royalty Queen. You can hear me? Okay, good. Yes, you know what? Royalty Queen, I felt your energy because I was like, oh my God, it's been a minute since I went live and let my beautiful people hear my voice. So I felt your energy, Royalty Queen. I really did. And I want to thank you for even thinking about me in that way, to like want to know when I'm coming back out here. That means a lot to me to know that I was on your mind, honey bunny. How you doing? I hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday, September 7th, 2025. We have around, what, 3 more months left in 2025 to prepare us for a new year, a new chapter in our lives, new goals, just everything new, right? It's like pressing that good old reset button all over again. Hey, Lakeisha Bass, how you doing, beautiful? Welcome to everybody coming over. If you could do me a solid and hit that good old like button. Even though you guys, I really don't, you know, care about the like button for my channel, but I really don't because like I'm not on here for likes and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm on here just to be on here for me and to possibly, help the next person. So I appreciate the like button if y'all can hit it, but it's not required. It's really not. So don't even stress yourself out. But yes, if you can't hit it for me, I appreciate it because it does push my video out, to where it could possibly reach other people. And that is my purpose for being on this platform. So, but no pressure. Hey, Baddie Reacts, how you doing, lovely? Nice to have you over here. Good to see you. Happy Sunday to everybody. Yes. Thank you. She said I hit it coming in. Thank you so much, Royalty Queen. So I don't have any mods in here right now. Um, is it okay, Royalty Queen, if I give you a mod stick just for, right now, if you don't mind, because I don't have anybody over here at the moment and I'm getting ready to be talking and stuff like that. So it's a lot of trolls that's going around lately. So if you don't mind, I would like to make you a mod on my channel. Okay. Thank you so much. Let me see. 1 second. There you go. Thank you, Royalty Queen. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So y'all, I just been so busy. So much been going on in my life, a lot of changes. You know, I've just been pouring into myself a little more. Hold on 1 second, you guys. 1 second. I've just been pouring into myself. And yeah, you welcome. Well, I'm gonna ask, because not everybody royalty queen want to be a mod on people channels. So it's no pressure. Even if you didn't want to, I would not have been offended at all. No offense would have been taken, but thank you so much. I appreciate you and everything. And so I wanted to go ahead and, see if you didn't mind. So again, thank you very much for accepting my invitation for to be a model over here on my channel. But yeah, like I was saying, you guys, I've just been real busy with pouring into myself more, just kicking back, self-reflecting, looking at things through different lenses, looking at people through different lenses. Um, you know, it's nothing wrong with just tapping out. You know what I'm saying? It's good to tap out every once in a while. You know, it's good for your mental health. It's good for the people around you as well, you know, because our temperament and our mentality can affect the people that we live with, you know, and the people that we work with and everything like that. So sometimes you got to fall back and check yourself, you know, and just make sure that you good. And that's basically what I've been doing. Just analyzing a lot of things around me, subtracting things around me, subtracting people from around me and everything like that. And, you know, that's some of the reason why I haven't been on YouTube, because it can be a breeding ground for negativity. And when you already trying to like straighten things out and figure things out within your personal life, you know, you're no good for nobody else with your voice to come out here talking to people and you don't have your shit together. Does that make sense? So that's kind of what's the gist of what's been going on with me. Nothing too serious or whatever, just chilling, getting a lot of sleep, exercising. I took a vacation off my job for 2 weeks. Um, what else have I been doing? Uh, Going to the library because I love to read. I'm a bookworm. I love reading. I like to know things. I want to know everything. I'm nosy. So I'm always trying to figure different shit out, you know, just so that I can be a resource for myself and for others around me. Yeah, so basically the um the title of this life is called Crown Talk. Okay. And Crown Talk entails basically we're, you know, like we some real women over here, okay? And we gonna uplift, we gonna try to support, and we gonna try to fix each other's crowns as best as we can, right? There's no competition. We ain't gonna do no gossiping, even though it's not bad to gossip. But, you know, it just depends on what type of gossip, right? But basically we just queens empowering queens, you know, straightening each other crowns. Um, and you know, just trying to remind the world that we're strong women and we don't compete. We want to collaborate, right? That's the goal. And so that's kind of what the gist of this is about today, what I came out here to talk about and just share a little bit that's been going on with me and everything of that nature. And by today being Sunday, so I have this devotional book, right? And every day there is a devotion in this book for each date, each day of the month, and so forth. Okay. And so today is September the 7th. So for September the 7th, I want to read this. Okay. I want to read what it says. So the title of September 7th devotion, it says ask for help. That's the title. Okay. And the Bible verse in scripture is James chapter 5, verse 16. And it says, confess to one another, therefore, your faults, meaning your slips, your false steps, your offenses, your sins, and pray also for one another that you may be healed and restored to a spiritual tone of mind and heart. The earnest, heartfelt, continued prayer of a righteous man makes tremendous power available. Okay. That's James chapter 5, verse 16. Then it goes on to say addictions, habits, or negative attitudes can wear you out. If you need deliverance from some wrong behavior, the Bible teaches that the Holy Spirit is your helper. Okay. Then it goes on to say, confess your need to God and ask Him to deliver you. He may lead you to confess your faults to other believers whom you can trust to pray for you. The word says that we are to confess our faults to one another so that we may be healed and restored. If you are out of control in some area, be honest about it. Today can be your day of deliverance. Okay. So I'm not a holy roller. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, perfect. I ain't no prophetess, nothing of the sort. Okay. Um, but I do know who God is, very much so. Like I said, I'm a work in progress. I do cuss. I do be wanting to knock people's heads off. You know what I'm saying? I'm just real. I keep it 100 at all times. So, you know what I'm saying? I have to read stuff like that to keep me on the right track. So I wanted to share that for somebody if it could kind of, minister to them in some type of way on today. So I thought I would just push that out into the social media atmosphere before I start talking about everything else. Okay. Because yes, we all um have faults, right? None of us are perfect. We all say fucked up shit. We might even do fucked up shit, right? And I believe that God understands that about us because He knows our heart. He knows us individually for who we really are, not who we act like or not who we, put on fronts in front of other people and be fake and all that other bull crap. Okay. He sits high and looks low. So He knows who we really, really are. We cannot fool Him. So, it's nothing wrong with admitting that you messed up in some type of way to the person or another person that you may have offended or whatever the case may be, because it gives you a sense of peace, right? So you're not carrying that burden, that toxicity, because as much as you want to ignore the problem, that the problem exists with other people or another person or whatever the case may be, you can ignore it all you want to, but at the end of the day, it's still in the back of your mind, right? And so you're subconsciously carrying that around day to day. Okay. What do they say? Forgiveness is for you, not the other person. And I believe that because it frees you. If they don't want to accept your apology, then so be it. It was for you, not them. But hey, if they want to forgive you, let's go. You know what I'm saying? But for your mental health, for your health, your peace of mind, we have to learn to let things go. We have to learn to let people go that aren't serving us in the way that we deserve. And that's something that I've been working on over the last 30 days. Me, myself, learning how to accept what I'm sensing. You know what I'm saying? Like when your discernment tells you about a person, and although you like them, you like them. You know what I'm saying? You really like them. You want to like them. You want to keep them around in your life. But at the same time, your senses is like, uh-uh. And so I've been working on battling between, in my personal life, knowing when to let somebody go. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much I like them and I want to help them and see the good in them, I have an issue with holding on to things and people that no longer serve me in the way that I deserve to be served, if that makes sense. Let's see, because I'm just talking. Who done pulled up on me? Hey Bama, how you doing? Well. Look what we see here. Hey boo, what it do? What it do, boo? What it do? What's poppin'? Happy Sunday to y'all. Talk about it. Yep, I plan to as best as I can. Royalty Queen, boo. Royalty Queen said, dust it off your feet and keep it moving because you have done what you were supposed to do. Yes, and I truly feel that way. And it's like, how you just want to keep certain people around that you've probably been accustomed to because they've been around you for so long, and they're so familiar to you, but when people start changing and you start noticing different things, that rub you wrong, you got to pay attention to that because it's going to save you later on down the road. And that's just my opinion on what I believe. And so, with this type of spirit that I have, I'm an Aquarius and we are humanitarians, and that can be good and that can be bad because we be wanting to help the world. We be wanting to help the world. Hey, Real Spill Boo, good to see you. Welcome over. Happy Sunday, beautiful. Yes, happy to see y'all. Hello to everyone speaking. Absolutely. So, I just want to talk a little bit on that, and I'm going to drop my link for anybody that would like to come up and just share. We're talking about crown talk. We're talking about the importance of straightening each other's crowns. Now, pause right there because I also understand that for some of these people in this world, we care less about their motherfucking ass, right? And how the fuck they crown is sitting on their head, or if they even got a damn crown, right? Because it's like if you see the MF, you might want to take your MF crown. I'm trying not to cuss so much. No, I'm trying not to. But like I said, this is me. This is me. Straight no chaser. But some people you don't want to straighten their crown, right? You want to take your motherfucking crown off and mollywop they ass, like beat the dog shit up out they trifling ass, right? We all got some people that we can't stand in this world. So we not talking about those types, you know. We ain't talking about really helping them, you know, the ones that have wronged us and just dug their claws in our sides, and just try to tear all our flesh up out of our body, just being so ugly towards us. We ain't talking about helping them because there's nothing that we can do for them except hope that they don't cross our path. Well, and that's how I feel in my situation. Um, I'm not gonna need for none of them people to ever cross my path because yeah, I'm going to jail straight up. Ain't no helping them. I'm gonna see black. Okay, I'm going to black out, and that's going to be it. Okay, so we ain't talking about them. We talking about the people in our communities of positivity that we care about, the ones that we call our friends, our sisters, our homegirls, You know what I'm saying? Our besties, the ones in our sisterhood communities. We're talking about those, the ones that we care about. Okay. And the fact that we all go through things, right? And, we're not perfect. So from time to time, we going to slip up, and when you see that slip up, if you care about people, you know, you gonna pull them to the side in the most loving way as possible and try to encourage them, right? As good as you can, because sometimes our deliveries can be took the wrong way in how we talk to people, right? Either they take it the wrong way or we're delivering it the wrong way. But at the end of the day, we got to make sure we talk to people in love as much as we can, right? Um, y'all can't save the world. Just let me tell you that. Yeah, I know, Bama, but we sure be trying, and that's a flaw of being a damn Aquarius. We be wanting to hold hands and kumbaya and kick cans down the road with everybody. And that's why I said, honey, in the last 30 days, I didn't have to like reevaluate some mofos and my little atmosphere over here. You know what I'm saying? Around my life or whatever the case may be. Because sometimes people will take your kindness for weakness, and that can be family, friends, whoever. It does happen. Unfortunately, it does happen, and none of us are, immune from that. We all have stories of that happening to us. It don't even matter what sign that you are. You know what I'm saying? If people gonna try to take you for a ride, they gonna take you for a ride. Royalty Queen says some people don't want to accept not even in love, but we know that God is love. So why exactly? Exactly. I agree, Royalty Queen. God is love, and he knows our hearts no matter what. You know what I'm saying? He knows us to our core. That's why we don't have nothing to prove to nobody. Some people be trying to prove that. Look, if you know the truth, if you know what you know, and God know what he know first and foremost, don't try to prove nothing to nobody. You just getting your blood pressure up. You feel me? You're hurting yourself. They gonna go on with their life, and you didn't waste all that type of energy trying to prove something. And we've all been guilty of that, even me, because you want to be understood. You want people to understand you. I get it. I get it. And I'm not trying to crucify nobody for, trying to explain themselves or prove themselves or whatever like that, because I've done it myself. We all are guilty of it. But what I'm saying is, to myself and to the people listening to me, you don't have to. You don't owe nobody no kind of motherfucking explanation of anything. Okay? Long as you know what time it is, that's all that motherfucking really matters. You don't have to tell nobody a fuck thing. Now, if you choose to, then you choose to. But don't ever feel pressed to prove shit to nobody, nowhere. Okay? You don't have to. Don't even stress yourself. Only if you want to, but just know that we don't owe nobody no type of explanations. Okay. Bama said I have two of them. Both are different, but have the same characteristics. Oh, okay. Two Aquariuses. Yeah. We can be a handful at the same time. Hey, Regala, good to see you, boo. How you been? Happy Sunday. She said, Narc Slayer mods and chatters passing through. Beautiful to say hello, Narc. Be easy, beautiful. Same to you, my love. Good to see you. I hope all is well. Real said, I agree 100%. Yeah. Real, like, I'm just saying, don't ever feel pressured to have to like divulge things or go out your way to prove something to somebody. It's just not necessary, you know? And if you gonna do it, you do it because you want to, not because you feel the pressure that they applying on you. Fuck people. Damn, I said I wasn't gonna cuss me back. Oh, I mean, not fuck everybody, but I'm talking about like the naysayers. That's who I'm saying that to. Okay, let me correct that. Hey, Maritza, how you doing? So, let's see. As I said, I wasn't going, but oh well. So today I came on here to talk about the importance of keeping our crown straight and helping our fellow homegirls, friends, or whatever you call the special people in your life. Okay. Helping them straighten them crowns, right? That's what we talking about. Um, so some of the ways that, some of the people in my life, when I notice different things going on with them, because I'm very blunt, I don't bite my tongue with nobody. Um, because I care about the people that are in my circle, that are in my life, I'm gonna hit you up and I'm gonna be like, boo, you slipping. You shouldn't have said that. Like, maybe you could have said it like this. Maybe you could have did it like this. Like that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I didn't give a fuck and I had a secret hatred or jealousy or envy towards said person, I would see the road that they're going down and not even say nothing. What type of friend is that? Right? That ain't no real friend. I don't want you to run into a brick wall. So I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna pull you to the side and I'm gonna tell you about yourself in the most loving, respectful way possible. And everyone in my life knows that about me. And vice versa. Come to me. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real with me and be like, girl, what was that? Because trust and believe, look, I have 7 sisters, okay? And all they asses come to me for everything, okay? I'm like the second mama. Ooh, Lord, it'd be a burden, but I love they asses, but at the same time, they get on my nerves individually. But anyway, so, they'll come to me and be like, girl, what was that? They'll be like, V, you tripping, and then it'll make me pull back and I'll be like, yeah, I shouldn't have said it like that. Or yeah, could have did that a different way. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to take constructive criticism, as long as it's said respectfully, because I'm the type, you disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect you down to your toenails. I goes in. I have a temper and it goes from 0 to 12,000 very quickly. And that's another thing that I'm trying to work on as I get older, because I have a daughter. She's a teenager, okay? And so she's watching me, right? And people be like, oh, she act just like you. And I'll be like, uh-oh. I want her to have the good traits, but some of them other ones, I don't know. So I'm trying to like, tweak certain things, because I do have a grown son. I have an adult son, but he's a boy. But when you have daughters, it seems like it's a little bit different. A little different. Royalty Queen said, like me, 7 of us girls in total. Wow. So you got a lot of siblings too. Okay. Yeah. So you feel me. You feel me, Royalty Queen? Yeah. So I just feel like as we get older, we have to self-reflect, we have to self-analyze, we have to hit that reset button. And I feel like we shouldn't wait to hit the reset button to the new year. You know what I'm saying? January 1st of every year. I feel like if we should hit the reset button every morning that we wake up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should strive to be a better version of ourselves every morning, that God lets us pop our eyes open and have air, in our lungs and our blood circulating and everything like that. I feel like that's a renewed chance to just take that day and just say, okay, new day. Yesterday is gone. Let's start over, you know. But the big reset does come, I feel like, January 1st of every year, of course. But just for day to day and getting through the day, I feel like we should be able to reset every morning that God allows us to wake up. And that's just my opinion on that. Um, let's see. Maritza said, Amen, we control the narrative for our day and do for our day when it starts and throughout the day. We can only be responsible for ourselves and not other people. Okay. Because at the end of the day, when we die, we're going to go up out of this world alone, right? We came in here by ourselves. We gonna leave here by ourselves. So we're responsible for ourselves. We're not responsible for other people and what they do, just like they're not responsible for us. Okay. So we have to be mindful of that, you know. Hey Movado, how you doing? Hey Narc and Chat. Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. And another big thing is protecting your peace and the importance of that. Um, I feel like protecting your peace looks like disconnecting from anything that does not give you peace, whether that is a person, place, or thing. Okay. If it does not give you peace, disconnect from it immediately. Don't wait. And see, that's another thing that I've been working on over the last 30 days that's personal to me is focusing on protecting my peace more instead of trying to worry so much about someone else's peace. Y'all don't hear me though, because is anybody there? Knock, knock. Have you ever worried about the peace of other people a little bit more than having your own peace? Okay. Because that's something that I've been working on. Movado said, I'm fine, sweetie. Hope you're well. I'm good, Movado. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Maritza said, that's the top of the list. Absolutely. Royalty Queen speaking to Movado. Hey, Melvani Bell Boo. How you doing, beautiful? Hey, my beautiful narc. Hey, chat. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Yeah, so we have to focus more on pouring into ourselves versus pouring out of ourselves and into other people's cups. It's okay to be helpful to other people because that's how I am. I love seeing people smile. You know what I'm saying? I always, want to be helpful. to other people. Like, people call me for advice. People call me for, just, they just be wanting to hear my voice and my take on things. And, people be pulling me in all different directions. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because if it brings a smile to you, or if it changes your day, then that makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, you have to evaluate, is it reciprocal? Are people treating you in the same fashion? And see, with me, I'm not used to like going to people and like asking for things or whatever like that. I'm a little bit strong and stubborn in that area, to where I be trying to figure out things myself. Not that I feel like I know everything. I think it's just my personality, and I get it from my mother because she's the same way. Very strong minded individuals. We don't like to solicit help from other people. And over the last 30 days, I've been trying to work on me just reaching out and just trying to open up more to others that are in my life, in ways of like, just asking for something. Like, I don't know, like, hey, can you come over here and help me put this picture on the wall, knowing I could do it myself. Okay, see, there I go. I can do it myself, right? But just trying to practice with like the same way people come to me going to them. And it's been unusual to like my sisters, my brothers, my best friend. They like, girl, you okay? You smoking that Zaza over there? Like, what's going on? Did you really just come on my phone and ask me to come do something for you? So it's different for them and it's different for me, right? But like I said, it's nothing wrong with letting your guard down just a little bit and change. Change is good. Some people are scared of change. I'm not scared of change. I want to be the best version of V, the letter V like Victor, the best version of V that I can. You know what I'm saying? For myself, for my family, for my husband, for my son and my daughter, for my granddaughter, because yes, I do. I have a 3-year-old little granddaughter. Yes, I don't know if I've told you guys that, but yes, I do have a granddaughter. She's 3 years old. Her name is Dream, and she's my little baby doll. Love her to death. So she's a part of my legacy, right? So when you have like all these things going for you, and you're kind of like the matriarch of your circle, of your family, you want your legacy to be intact as much as possible. But in order to do that, you got to make sure that your head is on right. You know what I'm saying? And things is going to come and test you, and negativity is going to come knocking at your door. We can't get away from that. The only thing we can do is just try to learn how to handle it, you know. And so it's been some things that have come up in my life, and I've just been trying to learn how to maneuver it and handle it the best way possible, because over the last 2 years I've went through a lot of trauma, and I've spoken about this here on my channel to my people, right? And so I'm still in the healing process from that. So I'm just very cautious on what I do, how I move, who I associate with, you know, listening more deeply to my discernment. When my spidey senses kick off and tell me something about a person, I'm learning to believe that The first time I feel it, not the second or third time, that first time, right? Because it's going to save me, later on down the road. Let me see. Everybody is speaking. Marissa said, please make sure you hit that like button. Share, share, share. Thanks in advance. Thank you, Marissa. It's beautiful. Yes, indeed. You have to. Yeah, and that's something we all have to work on, because each day we get older, and not in age, but in experience we get older. Because like today, I'm sure throughout our day we saw something or we learned something today, right? So we get to put that on our belt for tomorrow. And then tomorrow, Monday, we're going to see something, learn something, go through something. You put that on your belt and you just keep adding and adding and adding, right? So we get older with experience on a daily basis, but we age, our birthday comes once a year, but we don't get older, we get wiser. I don't believe we get old. I believe we get wiser. We get smarter. Our senses get stronger. You know what I'm saying? And then we can pass that on to the people in our families that we care about. So, what I was saying is, Marissa said, I feel it. Absolutely. Yes, royalty queen. So, there will be people who don't like you. We know that. Um, and you might feel like, well, damn, I ain't done nothing to them. My answer to that is you don't have to. You don't have to do nothing to people, okay, for them to not like you or to feel away. People are jealous or envy of you. Just, man, it could just be because you have peace in your life. It may not even be about no material thing. You know what I'm saying? They could just not like you because you appear to live like a peaceful life, and they may not have that at home or at work or within their family structure. You know what I'm saying? They might look at you and just be like, damn, she look happy. Damn, he look happy. Damn, look at the glow on her face. Dang, look at the smile. Look at her skin. You know, look at the happiness. And there you go right there. Jealous. Okay? It can be small things. It don't have to be your house or your car or shit, how much money you say you got or what type of shoes you rock in, what type of purse, the fact you get your hair done every week. You know what I'm saying? Where you get to go restaurants, go sit at and eat what type of food. It don't even have to be that, boo-boo. It could be your peace that intimidates the devil. Okay? And that right there will cause them to not like you. So let's just start with that. Mel said facts. Right. Let me drop my link for anybody that wants to come on here and you know, share or have some input on this topic that we over here chit-chatting about, because I think it's important. I really do. And if somebody don't like you, you ain't did none of them, this is why you don't fit in. This is why you don't get included or invited to certain things, because you have peace and they don't. Some people think it be about what you got, and it don't always be about that. People don't like you because you're unique, and you may not feel the need to fit in. And when you show you don't feel, the need to kiss ass and fit in, that's going to be a problem for some people. Okay. Then they gon' look at you like you like some type of outcast. But who cares? I'll be that. I'll be that. Let me outcast my ass over here. Cause I don't got time for the negativity, right? And that's how I live my life. I don't kiss nobody's ass. And don't. Okay? I don't even kiss my husband's ass. I don't kiss my son's ass, my daughter's. I don't kiss my mama's ass. I don't kiss nobody's ass. I don't feel that you should have to do that because I feel like respect works both ways, right? You give respect, I'm gonna give it on back to you. And that's just how that goes. And hey, that's just me. Not everybody might agree or whatever the case may be. I don't kiss my I knew you was coming with something funky, fly, and funny to say, Maritza. I was waiting. Mm-mm. Okay. Wouldn't be able to because we can't bend that far, right? I don't know if we that flexible. I know I'm not. Royalty Queen said there is no need for butt kissing. It's not. It's not. I agree, Royalty Queen. Nobody should have to feel like that. You know? Um, and then another reason why I feel like, people may not like people, us black women, how we go so hard against each other when we shouldn't. It has to do with leveling up in life, whether that be spiritually, financially, mentally, physically, basically like any area of your life. When people see you doing better, instead of them congratulating that and wanting to collaborate with you, they want to snatch that crown from your head. Okay. They want to snatch you down some pegs. And I've never been that type. I like to see everybody doing good. You know what I'm saying? Leveling up, happiness, healthy. It's so much sickness that attacks our community, the black community, because we don't eat right, we don't exercise, we always fussing and cussing and going at each other's throat, high blood pressure, all that brings about injury to your internal organs, strokes, heart attack. It's just not healthy for us, right? And we're known for that. Let's just be real. We trip with each other. And I hate that, especially for us black women, because we're so beautiful together. We are. And I feel like as a community, we can accomplish so much if we stood in solidarity with each other. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that's hard to do because it's some motherfucking demons and warlocks walking around here and you ain't got no choice but to put their ass in check. I get that. But at the same time, I just wish that more people knew how to regulate their feelings and their emotions. It would make the world a better place to live in. We would be more happier to be here, and not just black folks, but white folks, they be tripping with each other too, okay? But us black folks, we go so hard on each other. You know, we unalive each other over stupid ass shit, minute ass shit, you know, and it's just sick and it's sad. And when you see the stuff, all you can do is just shake your head and look at it as like a learning lesson, for you not to be that way, for you not to carry yourself that way, to check yourself to see if you act so ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't be a good look. It don't for nobody, no ethnicity, not just us niggas, all of us. We should want to carry ourselves in a better way. But I know, that ain't gonna happen. I realize that, but hey, ain't nothing wrong with hoping and wishing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Def not forcing nothing, right? Yeah, you just don't force nothing with nobody, Maritza. Nah, we don't do that. Things should happen organically. Um, you want things to come to you in sincerity, not forced. I don't force nothing, okay? With nothing or nobody, For me, I like things to happen, smooth, easy, and just naturally, right? Because I feel like when you force things, it's fake. And that's just my opinion on that. And then I feel like not fitting in with everybody is a blessing. I feel like it's suspicious and weird, when women can slip and slide into any environment. I don't know about that because I'm not like that. You know, um, how some women can be around any kind of people and fit in. And it's like what I'm saying is it's okay to adapt and adjust because that's what we do, like at our work environments. But that's our livelihood, right? But in real life instances, outside of that, to me, it's not normal to be able to sit amongst anybody and then like automatically start fitting in and vibing with them. I personally can't do that shit. Like, I can't fit in with just anybody. I got a certain type of people that I fuck with, because I'm a certain type of a vibe, a certain type of spirit. So I really can't just flip flop and slip and slide and get down and sit at anybody's table. It's only certain tables I'm gonna sit at. Let's see. Royalty Queen said, yes, I am genuinely me. Amen. A person will only like me or not. I am cool with okay, and you have to be. Sis, say it again, Royalty Queen, because that's exactly how I am. Huh. Hate it or love it. Because I'm going to still be me and my life is going to still go on because I'm secure in who I am and can't nobody change that. Can't nobody tell my story. You can't shame me about my story. Anything you say about me is not going to make me feel shameful. Okay? I'm still going to be me. I don't care how you feel about me. You can kiss my ass. That's what you can do, because I'm never pressed to fit in everywhere. I know who my tribe is. I know who my people are. And if you don't fit the description, you just don't. No hard feelings. You move on, and I'm most certainly is going to move on too, right? Because that's the best thing that we both can do, you know, is move the fuck on, right? You don't want to get stuck, hung up on, if somebody like you or not. You not gonna be for everybody. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody ain't gonna like your spirit. It's people that's on this app that probably don't like me. Okay. But then it's people on this app that do like me. Okay. Right? It's people that probably don't like my commentary or what my channel stands for, the foundation of it, or it might make them feel away, so they don't like me. All right. I don't give a fuck. Like me, don't like me. Because where you fell off and your ass don't like me, honey, it's 100 more people that's out here replacing you that really fucks with me. So it's a win-win. Okay. I'm still gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna do what I want to do and how I want to do it. That's that people pleasing shit. I had to let that go too, trying to please people, conforming yourself around how somebody else feels. I wish I would. I don't do that. If you don't like me for who I am, fine. Go find you somebody else to rock with. Don't let me hold you up. Shit. Movado said, if it don't fit, don't force it, just relax and let it go. Exactly. And we can apply that in many ways in our life. You can feel the connection. You can, that discernment gonna tell you. And I feel like God is going to show you certain things on if people are being genuine with you. He's going to lead you to look at certain things, to be in certain places, to see certain things, hear certain things. He's going to show you. Okay? You're going to be led by the Spirit to show you. If you have a relationship with God, He got you. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't even have to really worry about if there's no connection, or if it is a connection, if it's real or not. Because trust and believe will go on in the dark, come out in the light. And it's going to be revealed to you on how a person really feel about you at the end of the day. They can't keep that mask on forever. I am used to being the outcast because I don't follow the crowd. Girl, I ain't never followed no crowd. I'm a leader, not a follower. I do things on my own terms. I'm very independent. Like I was saying earlier, very strong minded. I don't even know how to follow, because I'm just different in that sense. Like, I like to create my own lane. I don't want to be in your lane. Your lane is your lane. My lane is my lane. You different than me. I'm different than you. But because we're both different, we can do something with that. We can collaborate with that. We don't have to be at odds because you want to do something this way and I want to do something that way. We don't got to trip with each other because of that. And I think that some people need to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it as a threat or some type of competition because somebody has something different than what you got. You know what I'm saying? You can take that and build off of it. And that's just my opinion. But yeah, I'm not a follower of people. Not at all. I'm a leader. I have my own lane. Yes, Mel, absolutely. And just because you don't fall with the collective, don't mean you're of a bad right. Right. It just means that you're a free spirit and you go where you want, you do what you want. You like who you want. Nobody can control you at the end of the day. And that's a very healthy trait to have, you know, because I feel like when somebody can tell you what to do, that's manipulation. And manipulation, in my opinion, is a form of witchcraft. Okay? Can't nobody manipulate me into doing a fuck thing. I do what I want. All right? Grown ass woman. And so just don't be manipulated by people. Don't let nobody control you. Be able to have your own judgment, all those things to be a healthy minded person. Yeah, exactly, Movado. And God always shows me. I just sit there, girl, say it again, Movado. Say it again. Sit back and wait. That's all you got to do. That's it. Mm-hmm. Just kick back, get you a bag of popcorn. Yeah, go on about your life. Don't even worry about it. Because if it's something that you need to be shown, you gonna be shown it. It's gonna come out one way or another. If something ain't genuine, if something ain't real and everything like that, it's gonna get revealed to you. In my experience, God ain't never not showed me what I needed to see. And so what you do, well, this is what I do. You play dumb like you ain't seen it. You play dumb like you ain't up on game, but knowing game recognize game. Okay. You just sit back and let the fool be the fool. But you done already peeped the scene. Go on with your life, you know. But just know what you know. That's it. Just know what you know. Marissa said, I only followed you. Right. Yes. Spiritually, that's who we follow, the Most High. That's the only being that deserves to be followed. A lot to people need to learn. Yes, they do. They really do. You know, we can only hope that they will. Hold on one second, you guys. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Marissa says so true, right? About said, what God says, stand still and know that I am God. That right there, that part, Movado. That's all we got to do is stand still and know that He is God and that He got it. You know, a lot of times we be wanting to just fix things and handle things on our own, because we're problem solvers. I know I am. I'm a problem solver. I feel like for every adversity or every issue that comes about, that there is a way to solve it, and it is. But sometimes some things are just out of our reach, and sometimes we have to just let it go. And I'm learning that also, that I can't fix everything and everybody because I be wanting to. That's that Aquarius. My Bible said, "You hush your mouths and let them expose themselves," because absolutely it's coming, and you just prepare yourself for it. You know, we got to understand that nobody's perfect in this world. Everybody is flawed. We all got stuff with us that need to be tweaked and dusted off and fixed and everything of that nature. So what I tell myself is expect nothing from people. That's what I tell myself. Don't expect anything from anybody. Because when you sit up and expect people to be this way and that way and have this and deal with you in this way and that way, and then when they don't, you get disappointed, right? So sometimes we have to just go with the flow and not really expect, certain things from people. Don't set your expectations so high for folks, is what I'm saying. And this is just me. This is how I feel. I'm not pushing my beliefs on anybody. This is me talking on my platform on how I feel, and the things that I do, you know. I try not to set high expectations on people because I don't want y'all to set them on me. I don't want nobody to expect, oh my God, just the world from me, and what if I can't deliver that? Then you're going to be disappointed. So no, let's just go with the flow and see what happens, day to day, day by day. Let's work with each other in that way. Marissa said, right, Movado, they always show themselves. They absolutely do. And it don't take long. It don't take long. You might just trip up on the shit and see some shit. Maritza, in due time, baby, glory to God for covering it. Amen. Amen. Yes, we all a work in progress. Yes, we are. You know, day to day, we're working on progressing ourselves day to day. Like I said a few minutes ago, when you get up in the morning, when you pop them eyes open, before them feet hit the ground to go pee or whatever, you do pee, take a shower, brush them teeth, all the hygiene things we got to do at the top of the morning. When you pop them eyes open in that bed, thank God for letting you see another day. Start your day off being thankful. You know, start the day off being humble because a lot of people did not wake up like you did. You know, um, a lot of people got phone calls overnight of loved ones that didn't make it. Be thankful that your phone didn't ring at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, be thankful that your family made it through the night. Your loved ones and everything like that. Those are the things that I do, you know, um, just to give thanks because, honey, it can always be worse. And not saying that the problems that we have in our life are not bad, but I'm just saying like it can always be much worse than what we think we're going through, right? So sometimes we have to just humble ourselves as individuals, and just be thankful for just waking up to see another day, another morning, being able to call somebody and say, good morning. I hope you have a beautiful day today, to put some positivity on people's phones. Like my family, we have several group chats. We have me and my sisters, we have our own, and then we have one that is with all my siblings and my parents. And then I'm in a group chat with my mother-in-law, my husband's mom. They have a group chat. I'm in that one with the women in my husband's family. And then me and my homegirls, we have our own group chat. And then my son and his girl and her family, they got two group chats. I don't know. I got probably like, man, 7 or 8 group chats on my phone. But the moral of the story is what I'm saying is that, every morning somebody is in them group chats saying good morning, putting hearts in there, wishing everybody a good day, checking in with folks. So I don't know if you guys have like family group chats on your phones where it's like, or like your friends or whatever like that. But, invest in those because that's a good way to check in with your people every day. You know what I'm saying? And it just gives out positivity. That's what it's giving. You starting your day in a healthy way. So yeah, let me see. My Bible says stop putting your trust in man, put all in God because people gonna disappoint. Yes, they are. They are. It's just how it is, my Bible. Yeah. You know, don't expect much from people. Expect goodness, but don't set yourself up to like believe that that's what you're going to get out of the situation because you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like Movado said, People are going to disappoint because it's in their nature. It's in our nature. We're not perfect, you know? But when we can stand in correction when somebody calls us out on something, then that's a way of perfecting how we move, so we can move in a better way, so we can change, the way that we conduct ourselves. Life is a learning process, in my opinion. It is for me. Stay in my bottle one more. Yes. Stop putting your trust in man. Put it all in God. All, you know, because he's not going to forsake us. His word does not come back void. He means what he says, right? So we can trust in him. And when you go talk to him about your problems and how you feel, guess what? He ain't gonna tell nobody. He ain't finna tell nobody what you said. It's gonna be between you and him. You can trust and believe that. Okay? So when you feel like you don't know if you can tell people certain things, know that you can tell him. Because he ain't getting on no phones. He ain't getting on no text messaging. He ain't finna hit no live button on social media and put your shit on Front Street. Okay? You don't have to worry about that part. My bottle said it's a reason to do self-examination. Yeah, we have to, because it keeps us in tune with ourselves and the things that we need to work on, because there's always something that we can do better. You know what I'm saying? If it's just one or two things, there's something that we can all do better, right? I just told y'all earlier the things that I'm working on to be better. Ain't no shame in my game, because I know I ain't prim and perfect. I got to learn how to accept help from other people. I'm not used to that. I'm used to being the one to do everything, the go-to person. You know what I'm saying? Like the person that helps others all the time. That's the cloth that I'm cut from. So it's like me accepting help. I don't know how to do that. you know, like my husband, he got manly shit that he do, and the shit that he do, I can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to switch out a car battery. You know what I'm saying? I know how to jack up a car and take a wheel off and put the spare tire on. And it was a time when I got a flat on the freeway, and I knew how to fucking pull over and get the goddamn thing out the trunk and jack the motherfucking car up and take the tire off, pop the damn things off, put the spare on, and pick up the tire, put it in the trunk, and keep it going. And when I got home that night, and my husband was in the driveway and he saw me pulled up, and I had the little donut on my car on the, replaced the tire that was flat. And he stood there and he was like, "Oh, you called AAA?" I was like, "No, I'm AAA." And he was like, "Wait a minute. You didn't call AAA. You didn't call me." No, I did it myself. And he was like, "What the fuck?" Lady, why you didn't call me? Because my husband is very manly. He don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he want to do everything for me. He don't want me to get my hands dirty. But look, I'm from Los Angeles, California. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how not to be about it. And I was raised up in one of the roughest areas of South Central Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of uncles and shit like that taught me and my sisters how to do shit and not need a nigga for. You know what I'm saying? And so when I first met my husband, I needed him to understand that about me. You know, he understands it now, but in the beginning, he was like, damn, you know how to do it? Yes, I know how to do that. I know how to do that. I know how to shoot this type of pew pew, that kind. I know what type of bullets. I know all that. You know what I'm saying? I know just as much as you know. And so now that we're further in our marriage and everything like that, I'm trying to learn how to simmer down up off of that and kind of let him, you know, do certain things and I just kick back, you know, even though I still be talking and telling him it don't, you know, don't do it like this, don't do it like that. He'd be like, damn. But like I said, I'm working on loosening up you know, my reins a little bit and you know, just kind of accept and help more because I'm not used to that. I'm not, you know, and like I said, I've been through some horrific incidents the last 2 years, so that kind of pushed me back into that mode, you know, and so I've just been trying to, you know, just work on being a different version of me, you know, if that makes sense to you guys. Let me see my chat. Marissa said, yes, Movado, and honey, I'll be mad at myself sometimes. It just allows me to see what needs work. Right. Yeah, well, don't be mad at yourself, Marissa. Don't be mad at yourself. You know, um, just take note of whatever it is and just learn from it, you know, and don't beat yourself up. That's what we don't want to do is beat ourselves up. Marissa said, great minds think alike. Hi, Starburst 68. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Wow. Movado said, Marissa, we all need work. We all need work. Say it again. We all need work. And there's nothing wrong with working on ourselves. And that's the point, you know, so that we can be better people for ourselves and our families, right? Productive. What else did I want to talk about? Because I'm gonna let y'all go. It's Sunday. I know y'all don't want to be on here with me all night. But the gist of my point is, hold on, y'all, I'm thirsty. Oh yeah, and drink more water. Drink your water. It cleans you on the inside, internally. Hey Trina, how you doing? Hey Narc and Chat, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Movado said, well, have a good evening, y'all. Great. Yes, thanks for pulling up, Movado. It was good seeing you, beautiful. Thank you for coming through. Marissa says, still no soda for me. Oh, yeah, I know. You don't drink soda no more, which is good. And I've never really been a soda person. And if I do drink soda, it's going to be clear, like Sprite Zero. I love ginger ale, but they have it in no sugar. So that's the one that I get if I do decide to have like soda. But for that carbonation taste, I'll do like what's the name of that? It's called Saratoga. It's in a blue bottle and it's carbonated spring water and it is so good and refreshing. So if you want that fizz, you know how we like that fizz because we be wanting to belch sometimes. Get you a carbonated water. Try that carbonated water. I'm doing well. Happy Sunday. Yes, good to hear. So, yeah, that's basically the gist of what I wanted to talk about and just come out here and speak to y'all, see what everybody been doing. Mabala said, "You're welcome, Narc. You know I'll come support when I know." And I appreciate you. You so sweet, Mabado. Thank you. You know I appreciate you. You've been over here with me for a while, and you're always welcome over here. Yep, that's my girl. Maritza says seltzer water. Yeah, it's like seltzer water, Maritza, but it's I don't know, seltzer and carbonated water the same? I'll take a picture of it and text it to you. But it's spring water. So, spring water is good for you. And it doesn't have like, all that stuff, the ingredients we can't pronounce and all that. It's really pure water and it's good. So when I want that, that fizz that soda give you, I'll get me one of them because, like I said, I don't really drink soda. But if I do, it's going to be one of the clear ones like Sprite Zero or ginger ale, zero sugar. Um, let's see. Royalty Queen said, "I'm a busy lady with life, but I will be here to support you when I can." I appreciate you too, Royalty Queen. Thank you so much. And I know you guys be busy. Y'all got stuff going just like I do, and that's good because what the Bible say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop, right? So it's good to keep busy, so I respect that. And there's no pressure, just long as you guys doing okay and you and your family, everybody's safe and well. That's all I care about. That's it. Just be safe and well. Because there's so much going on in this world, so much negativity. Maritza said, "My son said to me, you're really doing your thing by dropping the sweet stuff." Yeah, it's hard to drop sweet stuff. That be your go-to, that can be your therapy to pop that damn Coke or that Pepsi. It take you away for them few little seconds. So yeah, or whatever candy and stuff like that. Those can be hard things to kick, but you doing good. So keep up the good work, Maritza Boo. This was a great live words of wisdom. Appreciate it. You're welcome. And that's what I'm here for. You know, um, that's the premise of me having this channel is to just talk about things that we all could use and benefit from in some way, even if it was just one thing I said this evening to y'all, that enlighten you. My replay people, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section. If you want to continue this conversation, feel free to let me know. Hit my like button. You can go ahead and share my content, anything to help other people. That's what I'm here for. I don't really have time for anything other than that, right? Because this world is going to hell in a handbasket. And so that's the stuff that we have to worry about. We should not have to worry about that coming on social media, but social media is just as toxic as the world, um so you have to just be careful on what you subscribe to, what you listen to, what you partake in. We have to be mindful of that, and there's nothing wrong if you want entertainment. you know it's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you like, hey, you like it, I love it. But as for me, I'm just very careful with how much of it that I partake in because I have enough problems of my own, when I turn off this live, things that I have to be focused on and give my full attention to. So I can't be worried about negativity on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to sometimes just delete the apps off your phone and give yourself a mental break. I do that a lot. I do that a lot. I will delete an app in a second. And when I'm ready, I just go to the app store on my phone or my computer or whatever the case may be and just put it back on, when I'm ready. But sometimes it be a bit much. Social media can be a bit much, and I do believe that if you partake in too much negativity, those spirits and that shit can come through your phone and jump on you. I really do believe that. If you have that stuff playing on your TVs or your laptop or your phone, or if you have your headphones on or your AirPods in your ear and you're listening to that stuff, it's coming through. I feel like that shit can come through and jump on you. You know what I'm saying? Those spirits can come through the phone. You have to be careful, not just with social media, but people, that you talk to. People at your job, it's bad spirits everywhere, not just on social media, honey. It's bad spirits everywhere. So you have to be aware of things like that and follow your intuition. When something tells you that something's not right about a person, believe it. You better believe that shit on the first time. Because if you fuck up and ignore it, you're going to say, damn, something told me that something wasn't right about him or something wasn't right about her. Something told me that, yeah, that was the Holy Spirit. That was discernment trying to save your ass. Okay. So let's practice paying attention to our discernment the first time we get that feeling about something, a person, place, or thing. Okay. Let's practice that. Yes, I'm telling you. Yes, spirits transfers. You have to be careful with that. We think that, oh, it's just I'm just listening. Yeah, you listening to some demonic shit. That's what you listening to. Okay. And that shit will come through your phone and it'll be walking through your house with you. I'm just saying. So with that said, I'm going to let y'all go. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. It's 6:30 where I'm at. So I'm finna get off of here and see what we finna eat. And then I'm going to cozy up in my bed and catch me some type of movie, catch up on let me see, what do I want to catch up on? I think I'm gonna catch up on All the Queen's Men. I don't know if you guys watch that. It's on BET Plus. So I think I'm going to catch a few of the episodes that I missed with that, and just see where the rest of my night goes. But I love those who love me. I want you guys to have a peaceful, positive, healthy, happy, safe week. Okay. And I'm going to talk to you guys when I can. I can't promise nothing because I have a very busy life. The space that I work in is very demanding. And so I be trying to squeeze in a live as frequently as I can. So I can't really say when I'm gonna come back on here, but let's just say that it'll be soon. I'll say that. I'm gonna try to make it as soon as I can. But like I said, you guys be good Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'll be talking to y'all on another live. Peace out.